End of week update on SPY. So the question is this our ABC move only, or are we going to pull back and then go higher? And on the last video I highlighted, I think that my target is around like 400 to 405 for early August. And I still think that that's the most likely scenario. And I think that people that are overly bearish right now are going to not do very good on their puts if they're expecting it to fall all the way down below this low anytime soon. I didn't look at the option chain, but just knowing how this usually goes, I bet you that the puts are just built up like crazy right now. And that's how it got so high today, up 3%. It just kept on more puts, more puts, more puts, keeps on going higher and higher. And this is kind of like when all the dumb money goes with their puts, and they might get lucky on the B wave, but they're probably not going to, if they hold on to their puts, they're going to get burnt because the most likely scenario still is A, B, we're on the 1 hour chart, let's see. The most likely scenario still is A, B, C, somewhere up here. So I think that if they're predicting we're going to go down here, I think that that's not very likely. I don't know. I was looking at other people's like charting too, and I don't know. Some people were saying 1, 2, 3, 4, which doesn't even make sense to me. I'm still sticking with this X right here. This double X. This should be a double X right here. I still think this makes the most sense because these are ABC patterns. ABC, A, B, C. So A, B, C. And then again, A, B, C to end the pattern for a 333. So I think that that's the most likely scenario. As far as targets go, I think that it's possible that we get a move higher on Monday, maybe to 392 or 393. Because again, you're going to have people holding puts over the weekend expecting this to be the top, but I think that there's a possibility of 392, 393. So let's say we do that. And this took from June 17th all the way, let's say, till the 27th, so about 10 days. Let's say we get 392, 393. I would expect a minimum pullback to about 382. So minimum the 0.38 fib, maybe the 0.5 fib here at 378, or it could go all the way back down to the very beginning at 362. Just because of the puts, probably the number of puts, I wouldn't expect it to go all the way down here, but maybe around in here, this support right here, so 375 maybe for the B wave. And then I'm still expecting, I predicted 404 in August. Let's see what the 1.61 fib would take us to. So the 1.61 fib is actually 407, and that would make a lot of sense because you have all the resistance right up here. That would fill this gap right here as well. So maybe 407, but these moves take a while to play out too. Like people get so caught up. We're so bearish for so long that even a small bounce, everyone wants to be bearish again. But you got to let these moves play out, and I wouldn't be buying puts yet. If you're going to buy puts on the B wave, you might want to wait for it to actually start falling and then buy puts rather than trying to guess where the top is, and that's how you end up losing money. So wait for Monday, look for like maybe 392. If we start falling already, then I would be looking for probably like 375. But anywhere in here really for a B wave is I can't say based on this wave where it's going to go. So anywhere pull back from the bottom here, could even go past here, not very likely, but a B wave and then one more move higher for the X wave, which I have at the end of July, or I had 404. So where's that at on here? On August 2nd, whatever day of the week that is. I think that would be, what would that be? The 1st, 8th, 15th, 29th. So that would be a Tuesday. So August 2nd is a Tuesday. That was my prediction. So yeah, just got to be patient right now. Some of the stocks got some good bounces, but yeah, just be patient. Wait for the move to come to you. If you bought some calls on here, congratulations. You made a great return. How far did we bounce already? 362 to 389. That is like 8 or 9% already. That's pretty good bounce right there. So let's see what happens on Monday. Let's look at the dollar actually first too. This is another thing that's interesting. On this bounce, the dollar really has stayed pretty flat. It came down a little bit, but it had an initial move. So we have the A wave down here and what I think is a B wave. But then this move right here, if you look on the 4-hour, is almost looking like a 1, 2, 3, 4th wave, but I don't think so. We'll look at the fibs again. Yeah, see, it went by that 0.5 fib. So I think it is still a 4th wave, and that's why I'm also thinking this is going to take a while. Not only because of the options chain and it's an X wave, but also because the dollar still has a ways to fall, in my opinion. I think it's going to go down here. It needs to get outside this line at some point. And where would August 2nd put it? So August 2nd. So if it gets down here and does a double bottom right here with the A wave at 101.70, that would be perfectly fine. As long as it gets outside this line, then we'd be ready for the 5th wave. So if we're at 104 and we're at 390 and it went to 101.35 on May 30th and it was at 415. Yeah, if we get like a pullback in the dollar maybe one more time and then we start falling here, then 415 is not out of the question either. I don't know about 435. That's a little bit too high. I'll stick with my 400 to 415 prediction and see how that pans out. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot frustrating for a lot of people because it's kind of fun too when it's bearish. I mean, it's not fun losing money on your growth stocks, but it's like more action. You can trade a lot better. On these bull moves, it's like slow and you just don't really trust it. It's low volume. It's really hard to trust. And so a lot of people just like to be bearish and they're going to get burnt here unless they catch some puts here on the B wave. So without repeating myself too much, just look for maybe 392 pullback and then one more move higher by August. Not too much has changed. We just went a little bit higher today. And I don't know. For me, I'm just ready for this to end and get to the bottom of it. Because I feel like we are going to have that one more dip down here to like 330-ish. And after that, I think it's going to be a great buy-in point for like the next year or two where you can just buy in to an index, collect some dividends, and make some pretty good money. Maybe even return, if I have it going to 550, you could return maybe 60%, which sounds outrageous, but think about it. If the dollar does a 5th wave and then it comes down here to 80, there's going to be a lot of money to be made in growth stocks and everything. So, all right, I rambled on enough on this video, but we'll see what happens on Monday. Just know that you got to be patient with this move. I'll be very surprised if we just start selling off right now. So that's the update. I'll talk to you next week.